Hello, Mr. Zetro, Steve Souza.
This is him.
What is up, my brother? My name is DJ Ramo, Omar Rodriguez. I host a heavy metal show in Ashland, Oregon. First off, before we even get to the interview, I'm a thrasher at heart, so I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, you're fucking awesome.
Thanks, brother. Cool. Have you heard any of the new album?
Bro, I've heard almost all of it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no, from the people at Nuclear Blast, Lunatic, Liar, Lord, like literally I think has to be my favorite song off the album because I listened to it a couple times last night, and I was really surprised even with like the instrumental guitar, Cosa del Pantano, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Swamp Thing. It means in Spanish. It means Swamp Thing.
Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, I'm Mexican, so I read it. I think I pronounced it correctly. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Cosa del Plano. That's it.
Cosa del Plano.
Yep.
Cool, man. No, I like it, dude. It's especially off.
That's my favorite. That and Describing Ore. Those are my two favorite songs on the album. I love Lunatic, Liar, Lord. I love the lyrical content. I just love that whole song.
Dude, I love it, man. And you know, one thing I dive into you, especially, you know, I love doing vocals myself, man. It's like how healthy you've kept your vocals over the year and how strong your vocals were on this album, man. Like, just tell me, man, after touring and playing all these shows, and especially going to, like, record a new record, because I watched your guys' documentary on the album on how you guys, like, did it in your home studio. Like how do you approach a new album, man, and taking care of your voice over all these years?
I just I don't abuse anything at all. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I smoke a shitload of weed, and I just keep myself in shape, and I'm constantly singing something, even if I'm not singing live, and it's my craft, so I stay on top of it, you know. And I just think when you don't sound good and you start to lose your voice, it's probably time to get out. And I feel that I'm stronger now vocally than I've ever been. And I think that there's so much more to what my voice has to offer than even if you go back to like Pleasures of the Flesh or Fabulous Disaster. I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing yet. You know what I mean? Now here we are 36 years later, and I totally know what to do, you know, and I know how I want things to sound, and I know how I want to shake it up a little bit. So, I mean, you know, Gary's good at that too, so we work together with that.
No, I love it, man. You were talking about how, you know, you always keep yourself singing. What's something random that you sing that maybe isn't like heavy metal related that kind of like opens up your voice?
I've always sung Tears for Fears. That really opens up my voice. I like them. It was like back in the day, I used to have to hide to go see them live because, you know, I can't get caught dead at a fucking Tears for Fears concert back in 1988, you know what I mean? Now it's a different thing. It really doesn't matter, but I mean, then it was actual big thing, and it was one of those things. But I'll sing anything. Kansas, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Whatever. I mean, stuff to just stretch it a little bit, but also metal, a lot of metal. I mean, you know, I love the new Iron Maiden single. I like the song The Writing on the Wall. I think that has Bruce sounds so great. And that I sing with Rob Halford all the time. I love Priest from King Diamond, and Phil Moog from UFO. And Lizzie is another one. You know, so I listen to a lot of, you know, I'm old school, so that's how I keep myself in shape, you know. Old hair metal, too. Hair metal, Rad, Wasp, Mötley Crüe, you know, old hair metal will keep your, because they sang in such a high register.
Oh, yeah.
And if you can, that high register up to low stuff is easy. Keeping the high register screams and vocals up is what's going to keep, especially I found it works for myself, that it keeps me, I guess, exercise in shape vocally, I guess is a good way to look at it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. it's definitely important to definitely try like all sorts of different registers, and especially with all the vocalists you named off, you definitely can. So talking about vocals, man, just a little bit more. What do you think was like your first tour you got booked on where like you kind of looked at yourself in the mirror and was like, all right, dude, like I got to manage my voice. Like this is the first time I'm doing a huge amount of dates. Did you ever have a moment like that in your career?
I never thought, I don't think so. I think as I got, it wasn't even like that as far up as Temple of the Damned. I mean, I remember there would be times, because we were stupid. We partied. I mean, I'd fucking do a night of gigging, screaming like that, not really knowing what I'm doing or concentrating on it. And that's like, that goes with taking breaths. It's like running around stage like an idiot and then running out of breath and trying to sing and throwing yourself out, going after the gig and doing tons of fucking blow and drinking and sleeping. So, I mean, we were done back in those days. We didn't think about it. So then after like, a 4 or 5 week tour at the last week, I'm kind of like this a little bit, talk to everybody. And I don't find that doesn't ever happen anymore. I don't ever lose my voice vocally on stage. I'm always strong every night. I don't have a bad night vocally on stage. I keep myself in shape. I know what I do to make the sound that it comes out. So the mechanics are all muscle memory and second nature. Honestly, I don't even think about it.
Dude, that's awesome, man. No, it's like you said, you know your mechanic, you know how it works, and you know what you got to do, and it sounds like, like like staying away from all the partying, and definitely it really does
As we
help
got
a lot.
older, it's just into that. It's just as we've gotten older, it's just that natural progression. I mean, I don't think the bands that, well, they're not around anymore, you know what I mean, that are like us. I mean, Gary and I are 57, so we're both grandfathers. So it's like at a point now where, that's not a part of our lifestyle anymore. I haven't had, alcohol in my system for years. I don't drink soda or juice or anything. I just drink water. So I mean, we've cleaned that up 100%. So the performances are much more clear, you know what I mean? They're much more memorable, and when you go up there, it's all about the performance now. It's not about, oh shit, man, what's going on after tonight? We got a bunch of broads in here, and he's got this fucking party, and is that what's going to happen? Ooh, can't wait to get off stage and pop a beer and go out and mingle and have a good time, and da-da-da. It's not like that anymore. I mean, not even close. It's completely 180. The other way, there's really nothing going on. There's definitely no party going on. There's nobody running around girls. I mean, like I said, we're grandfathers. That shit doesn't happen anymore. Nobody's doing drugs. We don't do drugs, so the hardest things going on is a couple of beers, a couple of shots between a few guys, because Gary, Jack, and myself don't drink. Gary's just recently sober, but Jack and I haven't drank since '09. Jack, I think a little bit after that, but not, we don't touch it, you know what I mean? And so, every once in a while, we'll be at a place and they'll go, oh man, you got to try this beer, and I'll have a glass of beer, you know what I mean? I don't mind having the taste, but there's no way I'm going to sit there and go, fuck, dude, let's just go to town. Give me that. That's just not where I'm at mentally right now. And again, longevity for us is a big thing, because this is a great record. And this, could reinvent what we do, and I think we're a fucking machine now, and when Tom comes back full on, it's going to be, watch out for Exodus, because they're going to fucking rip your head off,
Oh, dude, listening to the album, I was already decapitated like 100 times, dude. And like I said, like I was listening to the older albums yesterday and compared to this one, and like it's gotten like faster almost, and like more mean and more brutal, and and kind of like what you were saying about how like everybody's like sober up, and like like everybody, like almost like you guys are just still getting better and better and better. Like
that has pays homage to the genre, because if you think of any of the bands in thrash metal, and I'm talking about the 10 main ones that you know of, and I'm just not even going to go through them. You know who they are.
Yeah.
None of those bands are putting out shitty records. Not one. Not one. The last record from every one of them that goes from Testament to Death Angel and all the way through. And everybody. Megadeth, Anthrax, Last Slayer, it doesn't matter. They're all quality thrash metal records with great songs on them. And the genre's still delivering. It's not like, oh, these guys are, they'll take 3 good songs on it. The other ones are, they're okay. Hard. Because I listen to records, and I'm the same way. I think most of our genre delivers, and this record definitely delivers. I'm not in a place to say, well, I think it's good. I hope that people receive it well. I'm a fucking thrash metal fan besides being the singer of this band and getting it, and this shit is awesome. Every song is fucking a hit. Every song is killer. Every song was well thought out, vocally, musically, lead-wise, just lyrically, structure, composition from top to bottom. There wasn't like, let's go throw it fast. Even the 3-minute one, the Beatings, because that's the shortest one. That one.
Yeah, the Beatings will continue, yeah.
Fucking shortest song on the album. So it's like, the album carries a ton of weight, and that's what I'm happy about. It's like, here we are 30-some fucking years later or 40 years later, and we're delivering better records now than we ever have, So that's the good. And we're sober, and we're all ready to kick ass live and just continue this on. So honestly, the best time for Exodus is yet to come, I think.
I fucking love it, man. And just watching the documentary on Persona Non Grata, I could tell like the vibes were just like through the roof. Like how did it feel like just after like each time you were done with like a song, because you were saying like you guys are writing thrash, but you guys are also fans and you know what sounds good. Like going through this album, did you guys have a bunch of songs to choose from, or was it like, all right guys, we got this set amount of songs, these songs absolutely destroying, this is it?
Yeah, that's it. Gary doesn't write like that. We're not. It's funny because I was talking to Lars Fredriksson and Matt Freeman, and punk bands write 40 songs and they put 26 on the record. Fucking metal bands write 12, and those are the 12 that are going there. And no, because we don't look at that like that. I mean, we don't write a song that we say that's not good. Why write it then? You know what I mean? It's not like when we take the best ones, they're all the best ones, We write a song and put our heart into every single last one of them so that they're better than the one before. I mean, from top to bottom on this thing, from Persona to fucking Anti-Seed, it just hits you from one end of the world to the other. There's so many different things going on. I mean, look at Elitist. It's a total hardcore fucking SOD 80s thrash mosh pit fucking the diversity of the compositions on the record are just stellar, and I think that's what makes for a good record, is that it has a bunch of different elements to it, and it has a bunch of different flavors to it, but it's still in the pocket. It's what you expect from the band that you love, and it's like, God, that's the best thing ever. I mean, look at Firepower. Fuck, after fucking 50 years, it comes out, and they're still swinging home runs. I love every song on Firepower. When I played that album the first day I heard it in 18, we were on tour with fucking Municipal Waste, and I have iTunes Music, so as soon as something gets released, it goes right to me. And I mean, I do buy it eventually on vinyl, but I have it digitally, so I have it right away. I fucking sat in their dressing room, and I remember Ryan Waste come up and said, "Do you listen to Priest?" I'm all, yeah. He goes, "How is it?" I'm like, "Oh my God, it's a fucking home run." The next day came back to me and said, "Zetro, dude." I go, "I'm telling you, I've been telling everybody." Here they are, these fucking old men. You think that, maybe a couple songs would be great. Every song destroys on that record, and it's just, again, metal bands that have always kept, their roots to the ground and always been, loyal to their sound of, like us. We've never swayed away from Exodus sound. It's always been kick in your face and rape and murder your wife from the minute that this shit was in, and it's the way it is now still. And the band, as long as the bands keep keep that and they stay on that and know what you're all about, and you'll never lose sight. I think so many, especially like I said earlier, the thrash bands do it so well.
Dude, I love it, man. And talking about just like the history and sticking to your roots and everything. Like was being in Exodus and having this monster career and from being a kid, partying and playing shows to being somebody a lot of people idolize and look up to, is like being a musician and a rocker like everything you expected it to be?
You know what? It's a trip that now that I'm appreciated in it, it is. But there was so many times through the career, because I disappeared for a few years, and went and raised a band. Now they have their own fucking band. They're recording their album right now, fourth record. So it's just like, I was doing that, so I didn't look at it like that. And I remember telling my kid's mother, which I'm not married to her anymore. I remember saying to my ex-wife, I wonder if the kids will ever know how major I was or what the magnitude of this, because this shit fucking died in the 90s, such a dog's death, and then the early 2000s kind of came back, and now it's like, full swing with all the original, especially the guys who innovated the sound, and, oh, you guys are legends, and, you're innovators, and this is, you know what I mean? It wouldn't, for you guys, it wasn't this. It's appreciative to hear that. And so if I was to look at my career now and go, wow, if I would have been told me at 18 years old that at 57, you'd be interviewing 8 interviews a day, and your new record is killer, and you're still doing this, I would have said, no fucking way. Where do I sign, number one? But you got to be kidding. Because we even joked about amongst each other in the heyday of us in the 80s and early 90s, like, oh my God, we're going to be still doing this when we're 40? I go, you know what, we'll probably be all like 400 pounds and they'll have to wheel us all in and shit, and who's to know, So that's what we used to say. And we're still doing this. I didn't get 400, I got heavy, but over the last year before the record came out, I dropped 65, so I'm back into 80. I'm at my 80s weight right now, so I am ready to kill everyone, literally.
Dude, I love it, man. I bet just playing over the years and everything, you've probably had like some amazing fan experiences. Is there a fan experience maybe off the top of your head that you can tell us about?
There's a million fan experiences. I don't know if you know. I have my own web show on my own channel on YouTube. And once a week, I've been doing it for a couple of years.
I watch it. I watch it all the time. I watch I'm friends with Patrick Donovan, who does and like that whole NorCal scene. So I follow you.
So this week's episode was I had the Cannibal on. Yeah. It was actually on the back of Pleasures of the Flesh, and he was our stage manager. So he went on tour with us, and he worked, and we told stories like. Oh God, the time Walter, my co-host, used to be a driver for us. Back in the day, you said, "Hey, can you drive a U-Haul?" "Yeah, you're the driver." And that's how you. Now, you have to hire a professional truck driver, and it's got to be. But back then, when there was no rules, we would do that. And so him and I hung out with him on one drive, and we stayed at a hotel, the Jesse James Hotel in Kearney, Kansas.
Yeah.
And I remember this now, the awnings that go into a hotel, so when you pull in, you go into the car, like they're like carport.
100%. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And well, Walter, we didn't go under there to get in the hotel, but for some reason he thought it was going to be a good idea to leave that way. And the truck was 9 feet, and the awning was 7 feet.
Oh, my God.
So leaving... We tore the second half of the hotel off on our way to it. Smashed it. And there was a brand new 88 Camaro that was sitting under the awning that the lady also owned, who owned the hotel, crushed her brand new car.
Oh.
And so we were Billy Bob. I was rolling a joint at the same time. And we're fucking 88, 87, when weed, especially in the back in Midwest, they'll throw away the key if you can get caught with the fucking thing. So I threw it away real quick. We were there for like 4 or 5 hours, and then we had to drive the truck with all of the gear in the smashed U-Haul that took this hotel out to St. Louis to play Mississippi Nights that night. I remember that. And so we made it. But that was just, and I tell that story with the guy who was actually on tour this week on an episode of The Vault. But I mean, I got millions of those because we were little shits back in the days. I'm just saying, we were fucking. Here I am when I'm on tour. It's 1988. I'm 24 years old, and I'm selling out 6,000, 7,000 seaters every single night. Ooh. It's called, I explained it like this. I was a kid in a candy store, literally. I could have anything I wanted, girls, drugs, booze, whatever we wanted to do. You know, so it was like, and there was never, the word no was never told us. And never. It was just like, how much do you have? You know what I mean? So it was like in overload. So it was just one of those things in those eras. So.
I love it, man. I love it.
Back in the day.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying back in the day. That's how it was back in the day, brother.
I love it, brother. I love it. We got maybe about like 6 minutes left. So one of the things that I like to do in my interview, man, I like to switch it up. I'm going to ask you 3 random ass questions. Zetro, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. If you could choose your own death, but it had to be by a villain in a horror movie, who would you choose to kill you, and how would you get killed?
If I had to be in a horror movie and I had to let somebody kill me.
Yeah, like it could be like Jason, Freddy Krueger.
Does it have to be one of those guys, or could it be anybody I want?
It could be anybody.
It would be Dracula, the original Bela Lugosi. And then once he killed, possibly come back as a vampire.
I love it, dude. I love it. All right, if you could sing for any band in any era for one set, dead or alive, that's not Exodus, who would it be?
AC/DC in Bon Scott era.
Oh,
See how fast that one?
What was that?
See how fast I answered that one?
Oh yeah. I can tell you're a massive AC/DC fan. Just off, dude. Usually people on that question are like, "Oh, I need like 5 minutes." That was fast.
I have my own tribute band. Actually, Will Carroll from Death Angel plays the part of Phil Rudd.
Oh.
And it's called AC/DC in Northern California. When I'm not on tour, we play all the time. Been doing it for 11 years. It is by far the spot-honest AC/DC tribute ever. You can see it on YouTube. Just go look at it. The AC/DZ. And we did a live stream in April. I think they pulled some songs on there. It was killer when everybody had the live stream. But yeah, I've been doing it for 11 years. Definitely. Only Bon Scott era.
I love it. All right, last question. In a zombie apocalypse, you could have any weapon in the world to destroy the zombie horde. You can't say nuke or the cure. What is that one weapon?
You can't say nuke or the cure. And that is one weapon?
Yeah, you can have one weapon to destroy the zombie horde, but you can't say nuke.
But will that weapon always stay? Will it work all the time?
Yeah, sure. But it won't stay reloaded. You'll have to reload it.
Oh, see, that's an easy one. Flamethrower.
Hell yeah.
Burn those suckers before they even get close to you. Come on. Come on.
Dude, I love it, man. I love it. Well, dude, I am so excited for Persona Non Grata. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. I love your show, The Vault. I'm going to go check out your AC/DC tribute band. Steve, Souza, what was that?
You'll dig it. If you're an AC/DC guy, Bon Scott era, we do it pretty spot on. I got a guy dresses up like Angus, moves like Angus, looks like Angus. It's pretty fucking close.
I love it, man. One last favor from you. Could you say this is Zetro from Exodus, and you're listening to the heavy metal, the metal mixtape, sorry.
Yeah. This is Steve Zetro Souza from Exodus, and you're listening to the metal mixtape, so turn it up loud and start a mosh pit.
Fuck yeah. Hey, you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully it's not too smoky, and have a great day with your family, and I appreciate you making time for the metal mixtape.
No problem, Omar. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Peace out, brother.